Well, tempers flared in the courtroom on day 5 of jury selection in the Kilpatrick corruption trial. 7 Action News investigator Ross Jones tells us exactly what went down.
You could almost feel the temperature in Judge Nancy Edmonds' courtroom go up a couple of degrees today as she and one of the lawyers for the defense team got into a bit of a dust-up today in court. We'll get to that in just a minute. But first, we're up to 40 jurors now who have passed on to the next round of questioning. 10 of those are African Americans. Most of the questions today in court were about race relations. One juror's answer to what seemed like a straightforward question got a surprising answer today when an African American woman was asked, would you be able to find Kwame Kilpatrick guilty if the government proved its case beyond a reasonable doubt? She answered, I guess my answer would be no. That understandably raised a lot of eyebrows in court, and a lawyer for the defense jumped up and re-asked that question. At that point, she said she could convict. Where things got very tense later on in the afternoon was when a middle-aged white woman was grilled by defense lawyers. In her jury questionnaire, she wrote that she believed Kilpatrick and his co-defendants could possibly be guilty. When pressed on that by Bobby Ferguson's lawyer, Mike Rattay, she said that was based on news reports she had seen and that she would only judge this case on what was presented in court. But Rattay continued to ask the woman about her answer, so much so that he was cut off by Judge Nancy Edmonds, who told him to move on. Well, Rattay then turned beet red and uttered 2 curse words that were heard by the media. That juror was allowed to move on to the next round, and Rattay was fuming. Later on in the day, his temper got the best of him again when he told a member of his own legal team to sit back and shut up. We caught up with Mr. Rattay as he was leaving court this afternoon. He was in no mood to talk. Mr. Rattay, the judge seemed to reprimand you at the end there for your comments. Some of the curse words there.
No, that's cool. Negative.
All right. Take care. Did you apologize to her all, sir?
You didn't hear what I said.
I did. I heard what you said, sir. You said 2 expletives. Any comment, Mr. Kilpatrick?
I didn't hear him say anything. I'm not saying he didn't, but I do know that part of what a lawyer is supposed to do is to zealously represent the interests of his client. And Rattay personifies that. He's a zealot, if I have never ever met one. And, you know, sometimes it may, and I'm not saying it happened in this case, but it may in some instances when you're in the heat of the moment, you know, things get said, and I'm sure everyone can say that, you know, that's happened to them before. But Mr. Rattay has some serious concerns about how things are going, and you can talk to him about that.
You would have heard him then say, sit back and shut up, to the gentleman sitting next to you in court, your colleague. Did you have any concerns about that? Was that going too far?
No, no.
Obviously, things getting very heated only on day 5 of the Kwame Kilpatrick corruption trial. We're hoping that cooler heads prevail tomorrow. Reporting from downtown, I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
And remember, you can count on the 7 Action News investigators and WXYZ.com for up-to-date coverage of the Kilpatrick corruption case.